Wow. Here's the final mix. I just got it right when we're on the crosswalk.
Heidi, you know what they say, Mr. Worldwide.
Pitbull just said in an email he's donating 100% of his royalties to LA Fire Relief, waiving his fee. What a freaking GOAT legend. That's breaking news right here. God.
And it looked like a bomb had got off. So much smoke in the air, and I look and our house is like at the top in the middle of it. Hi, how are you?
Is it good? Any drinks I can get you started with?
Yes, may I please get a glass of Voo?
Oh, here we go. Mukbang a croissant. Heidi says that when I say mukbang, it's a little intense.
Cheers to our health.
Oh, yeah.
And our future.
There's a fire right over our house, so please say some prayers for us. I think it's a mandatory evacuation, and I'm gonna pack up here.
I went to evacuate at Spencer's parents' house, which is down the street from us. I thought, okay, we'll spend the night here. Hopefully I'll go home. I got there and the whole town was gone. We had just missed that crazy wave on Sunset where everyone was having to leave their cars and run. But thankfully we missed that because I had my 2 kids and my one son had 104 fever. So I was so focused on mom mode. Spencer was still at the house and I was waiting for him, and a part of me didn't want to leave because I'm like, if I leave, he might stay even longer.
So I put on my hiking shoes and I ran up to our hiking trail that we go on every day, and I think we're good. You know, the planes are dropping the water and I'm making like Snapchats. You know, it's still so far away from us, but I see it start creeping down this hill and I see it hit its first house, and I was like, ooh. But that was when I started getting like concerned. You know, you don't realize how fast far away is with fire until you see it just like coming like a tsunami.
I loaded up the suitcases and I hit PCH, and when I got there, I looked behind me and it looked like a bomb had got off. There was so much smoke in the air, and I look and our house is like at the top in the middle of it. You have to leave. You have 2 sons. You have me. You gotta go.
I just thought for sure our house, we were gonna lose our house. Never did I think my parents' house, where I grew up by the ocean. My dad, when I asked him, like, you have insurance, right? He's like, this house is 150 years old. For it to burn down, that would mean the whole city would burn down. I'm like, well, Dad, this is our house we lived at during the Hills filming. I didn't know if I would get in, but thankfully, you know, we've been calling the paparazzi on ourselves for years, so I have a lot of relationships with photographers and they have media badges. We hiked up. It was just like out of body. It still is. The only thing that did survive, the pot that I every day for 8 years made fresh hummingbird nectar in. Because as the house is about to burn down, I'm so insane that I was making fresh nectar and hanging it out for the hummingbirds, because I'm thinking the hummingbirds need nectar because all their plants are burning. So I truly, instead of like packing more stuff, was making hummingbird nectar and hanging it on the things like a lunatic psychopath.
So I'm like looking in my closet, and then I'm thinking, this is all stupid. When I do think like, I should have grabbed this, I should have grabbed that, I always come back to, I should have actually grabbed less. I should have left sooner. My mom called me from Colorado and she's like, leave everything and leave now. We should do our next video here at the pier.
Yeah, honey. I personally have been calling every single day asking when we can start cleaning up our, as they call it, debris, otherwise known as our existence.
We can't afford to rebuild our house in this moment. We have a dream, we have a hope. We are gonna do what we can, not just for ourselves, but for our friends, for our community, for everybody, to rebuild the Palisades.
Obviously, we're looking into everything. We just want accountability. It's not a political thing, not at all. Our next door neighbors, whose house also burned down, I was just in their daughter's wedding. I was one of the groomsmen. She married my best friend, who's the lawyer representing us. So it's all of our neighbors on our block. This isn't like a Heidi and Spencer, like, oh, let's try to do a money grab. This is our neighbors. It's everybody that's been there for 40 years on this street. If everything's all legit and everything was handled, then obviously we'll lose the case. If not, it would be nice for everybody who lost their house and all their possessions to get some money out of whatever went wrong.
You know, it's definitely been a process for our kids. Thankfully, they've come to a place that has been like a second home to them. We do come to Santa Barbara and, you know, they know it well. When I had Gunnar in the car, I could tell he was a little nervous and scared and just starting to talk about the house being gone. And I was like, well, what are we gonna rebuild? What do you want in there next time? Like, we always talked about your dream home. You know, the house, yeah, it is gone, but like, what's your dream? We are gonna rebuild your dream. And so like, I'm crying in the front and so sad. And I am trying to like breathe. I can't have an anxiety attack right now. I need to focus and I need to help my kids.
Like, people keep asking, like, how do you have all this energy? I'm like, obviously, I keep saying we're better than a lot of people on earth. We're not insane, but we also are starting at zero for what we have built for our family, and the energies rebuild. Again, people are like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, this is the opposite of crashing out. It's actually, I've decided crashing up.
I feel like since you've been with him, I've just watched that slowly go away.
This is my first apology in about 24 years.
We're thankful for where we started and all the opportunities and happy to move forward because we've been trying to move forward from that for a long time. It definitely has been a bittersweet experience for us. Obviously, we had a different experience than a lot of the cast from it. For us to be able to feel people really come together and just support us and our family and to kind of burn off literally that shell and that stigma that we had for so many years is nice that people can finally see through that and see that there was always a love story and a heart, and that was always what Spencer and I focused on. And to be able to share that with the world for the first time and have people be able to see us differently, you know, that's been such a blessing.
Shout out all the Philippines. Heidi is #4 top music video in the Philippines with I'll Do It. Mukbang this soup, hold on.
Okay, see, mukbang the soup, it's like a little much. So at the time, right before the fires, we were planning on doing a new single every 2 weeks. We already had them, like, all the dates, all the images, everything from here for the next like year. You know, we were in music mode. So it was an easy segue for Spencer to just be like, I'm leaning all in on the music that we have been working on that can translate into us rebuilding his house. And he was just like, okay, I'm gonna rally the nation behind my wife.
I mean, you're international, 14 countries. Yeah. You're popping in Oman, baby.
And I was so focused on the kids and school and just these steps, so we were able to divide and conquer, which we've always done so well. Everybody, which we couldn't have anticipated, really rallied behind us and we're supporting. You know, Emily Rada posted it, Alex Earl posted it, and all these huge influencers. And then last night, J-Lo posted it! I literally was on my hands and knees like, Jesus, like I love J-Lo. And then we were in touch with Pitbull and he got on the phone with me, and that was one of the most heartfelt, sincere, kind moments in my life of a superstar taking time out of his day to be like, Mamacita, I got you and God has got you and we're gonna use this to bless the world and the nation and let's help. And hearing him say, Heidi, when God closes a door, he opens a window, and it just like hit my heart so hard because, you know, I'm a really religious person in my own self, and just to hear him confirm that like God has like a plan for me, it's just like, it just reconfirms that like, even though something so hard, something so good can come out of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you listen to the new Playboy.
Who you?
That's right, Armando Christian Perez.
It's been really refreshing to have this new generation listening to music for the music and not with the stigmas attached and the hate and the negativity. So to have it just be able to be purely listened to has been such a blessing. And I love that people are embracing the new music because we really did go for that new genre pop.
Ooh, I'm the pretty type. To keep you up all night.
One of the writers said to Heidi, like, you know, the audience listening to your music, they don't even know you're from the hills. They don't know you're a reality star. They just see this word, Heidi Montag, and they listen to this music. They don't even connect the two, and that's when I was like, oh, game on.
Avril Lavigne was saying, she came over to our house the other night and she said that she had her biggest tour ever, and this younger generation loves and embraces and needs her because she is such a niche as well. Like, there's one Avril Lavigne in the world and no one can recreate that and that sound and that movement. So the younger generation is also craving her and loving her and embracing her, and that gave me such hope too.
And Avril did invite Heidi to open for her on her tour.
Anyone, any city.
The whole entire
I was
tour.
like, I
if we
can't go
wanted.
on tour because I got 2 kids, but I will come to one. For
So
sure.
that was very nice
I
of
love her.
Truly the only thing that's been like getting me through this is like the tunnel vision of like, first it was like top iTunes, and then we were like, why are you worrying about iTunes? You should be going for Billboard. And then I like figured that, I was like, we're going for top Billboard. And then we were like, once you get Billboard, you need to go for a Grammy. We can't just build a house in a town that doesn't exist. So of course we want to build our house, but right now there's no town. So we have to build all of our small businesses back. And for my sons, because I never imagined my kids not living in the Palisades. I would just say to people who are like, oh, it's me, me, me. It's like, it's me, me, me right now to build everybody up. On the plane, when the oxygen mask comes out, they say, put it on yourself and then put it on the person next to you. And right now, we're just trying to get the oxygen on our family. It seems like it's just music, but it's also about building a town back.
I just want to say thank you so much to every single person who has listened to my song any amount of times and continues to buy it and stream it. You have no idea how much you've helped us. Continue to just give us hope and light and love and support. It's more than music. It's our lives, it's our family, it's everything. So thank you from the depths of our being for charting on Billboard, which is a dream come true, and creating me to truly be a pop star, which has always been the depths of my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything. Please continue to do it. We have a long road ahead, and we're willing to fight that good fight.
I'm just gonna text the Pitbull one and be like, this is one we got with Pitt. Maybe you wanna get on this one too? We're gonna get a new house, honey. We're gonna get a new house. We're gonna get a new house.